Okay, stick with me on this video. It's going to be a little bit lengthier because there's going to need to be some explanation for folks like this. So recently, Trump announced what is essentially reparations for white people. I did a video on it, and you can click this comment and click see video if you're on TikTok, and you can go back and watch the video. If you're watching this video on YouTube, you can't do that. Trump said that there are colleges that are participating in DEI practices when it comes to admissions. In other words, employing diversity, equity, and inclusion in their admissions processes. And he wants to end that. He wants to tax their endowments. If possible, take all of their endowments and use a portion of those seized funds to give money to the victims of those policies, the victims of those, as he sees them, crimes. So the first thing we need to do is we need to talk about what is DEI, what does it include, and then what did Donald Trump say specifically that makes it about white people. So first, what is DEI? DEI encompasses people of different ages, races, ethnicities, abilities, disabilities, genders, religions, cultures, and sexual orientation. It also covers people with diverse backgrounds, experiences, skills, and expertise. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are three different but interconnected concepts. So, places of employment are introducing DEI departments and DEI directors, but for the purposes of this conversation, we're talking about colleges and universities. So, they're taking into consideration your grades first and foremost. Do you make the cut? And then of the people that make the cut, are we equally represented among white people, black people, brown people, people of different ages, people of different abilities and disabilities, people of different genders and religions and cultures? And as this person pointed out, he never said he wanted to take the money and give it to white people, but he said that he was opposed to DEI practices in the admissions policies. But did he say he was opposed to it because they were considering people of all ages? No. Did he say he was opposed to it because they were considering people of all abilities and disabilities? No. People of all genders and religions? No. Cultures and sexual orientations? No. Race? Yes. Because he said it was a racist practice. He specifically zoned in on the race portion of DEI. Here, I'll play it for you again.
Listen to this. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination.
Pause. Let me just jump in there early. I will direct the Department of Justice to ... That is not how this is supposed to work. The Department of Justice is supposed to be an independent agency that pursues justice through the eyes of the law as it sees crimes being committed. The president is not supposed to direct the Department of Justice to go after anybody. But this guy doesn't give a shit about how things are supposed to work. He only gives a shit about consolidating power in his hands. Anyway, let's go on with this.
Continue to engage in racial discrimination, and schools that persist in explicit unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies.
Okay, so he didn't say he was going after their endowments because their DEI programs included women or trans people or gay people or people from other religions. He said he was going after their endowments because they were participating in racist DEI practices. In other words, they're including brown people and black people and people who are not white, and that's wrong. So we're going to go take their money, and then we're going to give it, as he said at the end there, as restitution for the victims of those specific racial crimes. Well, if DEI is about including a whole bunch of people who are not white, and he thinks that that is some type of crime, then the victim of that crime are white people. Hence the reason why what he is literally proposing is reparations for white people. Hope this helps.